Hey, how you doing? We have to get these bees into this box. Ready?
Ready.
Camera operator's here, so we're all good to go.
I'm here.
If you watched the last bee video last year, the yellow jackets attacked our hive.
Ooh.
There's a yellow jacket nest around the corner here. That's kind of a long story, but you'll see here that I put in a wire mesh that sits on top of the hive, and there's one at the bottom. That keeps the hive from being invaded by bugs, specifically the wax moth, which will ruin a hive. This stuff is small enough to keep the wax moth from crawling in here and laying its eggs. The caterpillars, the larvae, eat through the honeycomb and destroy the hive, and that's a big mess.
Makes sense.
So when this hive died, I cleaned out the hive, put this mesh on the top and bottom, and locked it up for the winter. One of the best things you can do for your hive, if the hive has died in the fall, is to let it freeze over the winter, because that kills, if there are any wax moth eggs in there, it's a good chance they'll die. Wow, that's light.
No activity, right?
Yeah, oh, there's nothing in here. So we're starting with what's called a package. I got the package from my friend Nick at Astor Apiaries. If you're in the New York City area and you want to get a bee package or get excellent beekeeping lessons, go see Nick.
Lessons. Let's do that again.
So there's still some pollen in here.
But no honey.
No.
If there were honey, what would it look like?
Some of it will be capped and some of it will be uncapped. I have a couple frames at home to show you. There are several ways to get bees into a hive. I mean, before we've done it where you kind of shake the bees in, and I thought I'd try a method I saw where we're going to basically have one box of empty frames, and then we're just going to lay this in and open it up and let them crawl out.
Instead of shaking?
Instead of the shaking.
Yeah, that sounds... What are these bee-like things around you?
Carpenter bees are flying around.
Oh, does that matter?
No, they're looking for wood to chew into. They're looking to mate and then chew into wood and lay their egg. Let's think about how this is going to work. Always keep your package in the shade until you're ready to do this, okay? Don't leave them in the sun. Don't buy bees and have them shipped. That is a horrible thing to do. That's my opinion. In other words, go buy your bees locally. All right.
Ooh.
You can see where the yellow jackets tore apart the comb.
Oh, wow.
To get to the honey and the pollen. I think they eat pollen as well.
How are you going to keep them away now?
We're going to keep up on, if we see yellow jackets near the hive, we're going to close the hive down with a small entrance.
Yep.
And the guard bees can then guard that one entrance.
Were the yellow jackets there in previous years?
There's always yellow jackets. It's just there happened to be one about 20 feet from here and we didn't know about it. And then, I don't want to, you should watch the video.
Got it.
There you go.
Bee crumbs.
An empty super. So we're going to lay this in, but first we got to get the queen out of here and the can of sugar. Should be very interesting.
What does that mean?
M means that the queen in here is marked, which is really good. If you're buying a package of bees or a nuke, you want a marked queen, because if you have to find her, it's much easier if she's marked. This is a can of sugar syrup to feed the bees while they're being transported. This is the queen. It's okay if some come out. Our queen is in here right now. You can see that, I don't know if you can see she's marked.
She's blue.
Then I'm going to take this metal disc off. It comes off. And then here is some candy. It's called candy. It's basically like cake frosting. I have a nail that I'm just going to poke a couple little holes through the candy so they know that this is an exit. So we want to get the bees into this box, this super. We also want to slowly release the queen. So she's in a cage. The bees that are in there with her, her support team, are going to start chewing through that sugar to get out here. And we're going to place her smack in the middle of the first box. Here we go. So I'm working it down in. Ideally that would be in the center of the box, but it is what it is. The queen will come out of here.
Yep.
You always want that entrance to be pointing up and not down, because if one of the worker bees dies while chewing its way out, the worker bee will fall out of the entrance rather than blocking the entrance.
Are they upset because the queen's missing?
They probably don't know yet. Their pheromone is still probably circulating here. I forgot my pliers, so this is a little hard to do.
Is it coming off? Oh, yeah.
Okay, so I'm just gonna thump this real quick to get the bees off this can.
Woo. Stir them up. You don't have any gloves on.
So this is the can that they were feeding off of. There's little holes in here. You can see them eating.
Yep.
This is a sugar feeding box. I like this styrofoam one. I've gone through all sorts of sugar feeders. Some of them, the bees can drown quite a bit. With this one, they climb up the side. They climb up through there into here. You should do this quickly, especially if there are other beehives around. Open sugar is very addictive. I want to cover this as much as possible. And then I'm going to pour 1-to-1 sugar syrup in. But I've got this cover closed as much as I can to keep bees from flying in here, because if they get into the sugar syrup, they're basically going to drown. This is an entrance reducer. We have it on its smallest hole. This is a very weak young hive, so they want to be able to defend that one small hole. Again, I know there's beehives right over that hill. A certain person has them and he knows who he is, so. Here we are. It's 77 degrees out. Brian's here. We're gonna check on this. This looks really nice. It depends on who you ask as to, a lot of times people say, put a queen in, put the package in, and don't disturb them for a week. This method I'm trying out of, instead of shaking the heck out of them into the hive and just let him crawl out, you have to take the box back out, or they're gonna fill it full of wax, comb, basically. So,
ooh, the reveal.
but we're gonna take this and put it right in front so that any of these bees that are crawling around will go into the hive. There's our queen cage. It looks like the queen's been released, actually. So I think we should remove that.
Yeah.
See any white candy in there?
Ooh.
Hold on. If all else fails, you just blow on this. No, they're still, no, that is open. Good.
It smells like honey. We'll watch your fingers. Every season.
The queen has been released. There's no marked queen in there. There is a clear shot. All the candy has been eaten through the hole. So she is in the hive somewhere. So we want to close up this gap here right away, because otherwise they're going to draw this comb out and make a big mess. So we just take these bees and shake them off. So you can use your tool. You just put it in like here, get the bees out of the way, and press it in. And then we want to close up that gap right there. Fantastic. It's okay to have a bigger gap on the sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is an 8-frame hive. So we just want to get the bees off the edges of the hive. We're going to put this down gently. Perfect, perfect. You see how they're still clustering? Because the queen's pheromone is still present here. So they're very interested in that. You want to pour this in quickly. You don't want to attract the attention of other bees and other hives. Is it recording? I can't tell. I can't see anything. Oh, there we go. It's so freaking bright up here. So yeah, we're good to go now. I'm gonna do a Varroa treatment. So yeah, just part of Eric's world. This is one of my best friends, Brian, here. We do this together. It's neat because we get to see each other every week. We have a reason to get together. Is that okay, Brian? We get together?
We can find other reasons, but this is fun.
It makes us do this thing together. So, all right, more videos are floating here maybe. More information about me is below. Make it a great day. Thank you, Ryan.